Kroc was an economics graduate from the University of Chicago. Kroc had always wanted to build a big and successful business, so he wrote down everything he had learned at university in one place so he could apply all of it and succeed. Supply and demand, competitive advantage, economies of scale. These were the words Kroc lived by. And now with the 100 shells he had painfully saved, he wanted to apply all these theories in the real world. Kroc rented a small boat. He bought a fishing net and proudly set up booth number 47 at the end of the market. And that was the first day of his failure. The Great Sadfabad market was a ruthless ocean. On the right side, Mr. Shelby, with a booth the size of a ship, was selling giant fish. On the left, Mrs. Franklin, with sharp teeth and a terrifying smile, was auctioning fish at prices lower than their cost. Their voices attracted all the crocodiles. The biggest fish in the ocean, a real fish sale. Buy fish, and if you don't like it, get your money back. And in the middle of all this, Kroc, at his small booth number 47, was shouting like the buzz of a lonely mosquito in a storm. Fresh fish, high-quality fish. No one heard Kroc. Kroc, as an economist, started analyzing and said to himself, what's the problem? Well, the first problem is economies of scale. Mr. Shelby, with his giant nets, catches 10 fish at the same cost I catch one. I can't compete on price. The second problem is branding. Mrs. Franklin is so scary and so famous that everyone visits her first, so I can't compete for attention either. Tired and hopeless, Kroc, the economist, sat on a box of his unsold fish. His theories were correct, but his bank account was being emptied. Kroc was fighting in a saturated market and trying to compete with a battleship using a rowing boat. And that was stupid. Kroc thought to himself, maybe I should pack up. Maybe this is how economics works in practice. The big eat the small. It's time to give up and accept defeat. Kroc was so lost in his thoughts of failure that he didn't notice at first. Someone said, "Excuse me, sir." Kroc lifted his head. A tired and frustrated mother crocodile was standing in front of his booth, holding the hand of a small baby crocodile. The mother said, "Excuse me, do you have small fish?" Kroc, who had been trying all day to sell his medium fish and compete with others, was surprised. "Small fish? Ma'am, the best fish are big fish. Look at those booths. Everyone is selling big fish." The mother sighed hopelessly and said, "Sir, I've been walking around this market for an hour. This whole damn market only has big fish." Then she pointed to her child and continued, "My child needs fish protein, but his teeth are too small to chew those tough fish. He needs a small, soft, almost mashed fish. Why does no one think about us?" Kroc stayed silent. The mother became disappointed, grabbed her child's hand, and left. But Kroc was no longer that defeated economist. His brain was exploding. The mother's words echoed in his head. Why does no one think about us? Why does no one think about us? And suddenly Kroc looked at the market, at Mr. Shelby, Mrs. Franklin, and all the other booths. They were fighting over 90% of the market. Big fish, regular customers, big restaurants. But that 10%, the mothers, the children, the elderly, had been forgotten. Kroc ran after the mother crocodile. "Ma'am, please wait. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll have exactly what you want ready for you." That night, Kroc didn't sleep. He threw away all the economic theories he had learned at university and focused on just one thing. What was that mother's problem? She didn't want big fish. She didn't want tough fish. She wanted fish made specifically for children. Kroc took all his medium fish. He cleaned them carefully. He obsessively removed every tiny bone and turned the fish into very small, soft pieces. Kroc even added a little sweet orange juice to improve the taste. Kroc was no longer just a fish seller. He was a problem solver. The next day, booth number 47 had changed. Kroc hid all the big and medium fish and put up a new sign. A sign written in soft and friendly letters. Kroc's flavored fish. Soft, tasty, bone-free, perfect for small teeth. Special for children and seniors. Mr. Shelby and Mrs. Franklin, passing by Kroc's booth, burst out laughing. Small flavored fish? This idiot is going bankrupt. At 10 a.m., the mother crocodile arrived first. When she saw the prepared fish packages, her eyes lit up. Oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted. She bought 2 packages. 10 minutes later, she came back with 5 other crocodile mothers. By noon, Croc had sold all his fish. The next week, Croc doubled his prices. Did anyone complain? No. The mothers were happy to pay extra so they wouldn't have to spend an hour cleaning fish themselves. Croc was no longer selling fish. He was selling value and convenience. That night, Croc analyzed his success. His failure in the main market wasn't bad luck. It was a rule. And his success wasn't luck either. This strategy has a name: niche marketing. I didn't defeat the giants, Croc realized. I avoided them. I didn't fight on their battlefield. I created a new one so small that giants couldn't even enter. Giants are forgetful. They're too busy fighting each other to notice who they're ignoring. And specialization begins with saying no. When Croc chose children and seniors, he said no to 90% of the market, and that fear made the remaining 10% choose him as their king. Croc was no longer lost in the noise of giants. In the quiet of his small market, he was winning. And he learned 2 final lessons. First, don't forget to like and subscribe for the next lesson. Second, don't try to be a good option for everyone. Try to be an unbeatable option for someone. That's where no one can defeat you.